If you recall in a previous video I made on Count Dooku becoming a vampire, and if you haven't seen that, please check it out in the link below. I mentioned a story about some rebels that had crash landed on Mustafar and had no choice but to enter Vader's castle. The story of these rebels was told in 5 issues. I'll go over the last one, as that's where Vader finally shows up. This takes place sometime between Revenge of the Sith and A New Hope. A ragtag group of rebels who were on a fact-finding mission in the Outer Rim are attacked by TIE fighters and crash land on Mustafar. Surrounded by the uninhabitable environment of the lava planet, their only option for refuge is to journey to the only sign of civilization, the ominous dark castle in the distance. They have no idea what to expect and don't know who resides within. So basically, most of the previous issues offer their trek across the lava planet, facing the various dangers along the way, and then finally making their way inside the castle, which is today's issue. This is where they find immense horrors inside, which soon leaves them to be separated. Now, stranded in this deadly fortress, the rebel leader, Commander Lena Graf, is trying to find her companions when she almost runs into Skrit, a small alien insectoid and a technician in her crew. He just witnessed their bodyguard droid, Gi 3, be lifted up into the air and torn apart. He thinks the castle is haunted by ghosts. Lena thinks that that's nonsense, but when they are interrupted by Venier, Darth Vader's servant and caretaker, who we saw a glimpse of in Rogue One, he tells them that it was his master that destroyed their droid bodyguard and killed another member of their party, named Hud. Essentially, he goes on to tell them how screwed they are. The rebel commander doesn't care so easily, though. She has faced real monsters before, Renza the Hutt, and even Tarkin. She doesn't believe Venier's master will be any different. She is, of course, incredibly wrong. That's when behind her she hears the voice of another droid of hers named Crater. He is composed of a combination of different droids put together, and one of her oldest friends. Turning to look, Lena discovers only the upper torso, head, and left arm remains of her friend. Holding him back is a dark helmeted man with a respirator and black cloak. Lena tries to shoot Vader, but he force pushes the remains of Crater right into her and then puts her in a forced choke. But even though Crater is missing most of his body, he is still partially functional and manages with his remaining arm to shove Venier into Vader's outstretched arm, breaking the Dark Lord's hold on Lena. Not wasting a moment, she and Skrit get out of there. They bolt into a room filled with ancient droids. As Vader approaches, she quickly hacks them and has the droids attack the Sith Lord, while she and Skrit continue to run away and come to a hangar bay. Lena tells the little insectoid technician to find them a ship. She is going back for Crater, as she considers the droid family. The ships are guarded by Vader's troops. As Lena heads back towards where they came from, Skrit spots a Kubaza beetle larva. Because of a previous experience the rebels had with the creature from Star Wars Adventures Tales from Vader's Castle #2, page 4, he knows its mother cannot be far behind. So he picks up the larva and it starts squealing for its mother, as he hoped. He then tosses the little grub at Vader's troops, just as the mother bursts in. She is a ferocious and gigantic creature. As she attacks the troops, Skrit takes advantage of his distraction and looks for a ship. Meanwhile, Lena finds Crater lying on the floor where they left him. She pulls off his head and takes it with her, but Vader has just finished the last of the ancient droids and grabs her in the Force again, when suddenly a massive explosion tears the wall next to Vader. It's Skrit. He has commandeered an AT-ST and is firing volleys at the Dark Lord. Distracted by this new threat, Vader heads out to the hangar bay as Lena gets away with Crater. The Sith lifts the AT-ST into the air with the Force, then hurls it out of the hangar down into the lava river below. As the terrain transport is melting away in the river, Skrit hangs on to any remaining surface that he can cling to. Expecting to be immolated at any moment, Lena shows up at the last minute in a TIE fighter and rescues him, and they leave the planet. She recalls this experience years later, but I'll leave it with her words. Congratulated ourselves that we had done the impossible. We had escaped the clutches of Darth Vader himself. But looking back, I can't help but wonder, was it all part of his plan? Did the Dark Lord allow us to escape so we would tell others what happened on the lava stream world? So we would spread fear throughout the galaxy, fear of his castle, fear of his name, and maybe it worked. Because even after all these years, tales of Darth Vader still chill the blood and always will. What are your thoughts on this? Is she right? Did Vader allow them to leave? I think, if Vader really wanted to, he would have just pulled the ship back to him and that would have been the end of that. How about the castle itself? Do you think it's haunted? Not much of its secrets were revealed in these comics, so I'm hoping that we get to know more in either a future film, maybe episode 9, where Kylo could go back to it, or, a TV show, or more books and comics to come. But it would be cool to explore it in a film. My hopes are that we'll see it in episode 9. Or if there's going to be an episode 10, who knows? Hope you all enjoyed this canon video. Please leave a like if you did. See you all in the next one. Until then, remember, the Force will be with you always.
Now, fulfill